So we're here in the European Parliament the day after Romanian National Day to look at the question of the environmental and health implications of manufacturing and working with mineral wool products. And I have with me today Mr. Gary Cartwright on my right, who is the publisher of a recent report on mineral wool, and on my left Mr. Cosmin Rata, who owns and manages a construction business in Romania. If I could start with you, Gary, can you summarize, please, what are the main points that you concluded from your report on the environmental and health implications of mineral wool?
Well, the first thing that I would say, it's very important to understand that mineral wool or man-made vitreous fibres, often referred to as rock wool, that being the brand leader, is effectively the replacement technology to asbestos, and we all know how dangerous asbestos is. It's now emerging that mineral wool itself has health risks which are quite possibly on the same magnitude as asbestos. However, whereas asbestos has been legislated against, it is now in the EU and indeed in many other places illegal to use this in the construction of buildings, mineral wool, there's no legislation in place. And what I have been arguing is that we need at EU level to have legislation in order to make people aware of the risks and also to help people, for example, in the construction industry, to understand the kind of protective measures they need to take to protect themselves against this product. I don't know how many people who are watching this will have had the experience of laying mineral wool in their attic, for example. I've done this on a couple of occasions. And you will find that your hands itch, they become red and blotchy. Well, that which is happening to your hands is also happening to your lungs if you're not wearing protective clothing, a face mask, eye protection and gloves. And so that is what I've been arguing for, legislation at EU level to help people understand the risks and also to guide them into the right decisions when it comes to protection.
Thank you. And Mr. Rata,
yes.
I understand there's a new factory being built at this very moment in Ploiesti in Romania. You've had experience of working with this product for a number of years.
Yep.
What's your opinion about the way that it's regulated in Romania from the point of view of protecting the workforce who have to work with this substance?
Well, actually, to be honest, I just realized now, looking at some studies, that that product is compared to the same dangerosity, if you want, with an asbest. And I was a bit scared because I use it myself, and I used to work with that product for several years, and I didn't know about the risks and the issues. And I think that's the problem, because we are not, as a user of that product in our construction sites, we are not aware about the risks of mineral wool. So, first of all, we need to be more informed about the risks, and then to take into consideration the protections, the wearing masks, and so on. Because when I was myself during the first years of my business using myself the products I came home with a red skin and every day, and then it was quite. But I think it was just. I thought it was just temporary, but now I realize that it's quite dangerous, and I don't understand why legislation. It's a very good and strong legislation in asbest, but in mineral wool we have barely 2-3 sentences wrote it with small letters on the back of the I don't know where.
So would you say that there is not public awareness about this in Romania?
Definitely not. And not only in Romania. I work in Belgium as well, so it's exactly the same.
So what would you recommend should be done by the authorities?
Well, just to make people aware. Look at, for example, I don't want to compare with tobacco industry, but there you have worrying on the cigarette pack and you see, oh, okay, well, it's dangerous for me, it's cancerogen, and then you take informed decision, and I think that's just to be informed and to and not only informed and to put all the informations on all the risks, and on the other hand, the measures that you need to take in order to prevent that risks, and as much as possible, not using the product anymore. If you have another option, another alternative.
So basically, better information, better communication,
Definitely.
Informing the workforce so that they are properly trained before they use this product.
They are properly trained and then use the product only if you have to use it. But I think nowadays there are a lot of other options to insulate your construction and not really need to use it.
Gary, if I could come back to you for a moment. There's some sort of controversy about the safety testing, the standards which apply to this product. I'd be interested in your take on it. Do you think that there is a need to revisit the quality standards and reassess the health risk?
Absolutely. When mineral wool first appeared on the market, it was categorized by the World Health Organization and others as carcinogenic. It's a cancer-causing product. Subsequently, there was a re-evaluation of the product, and it was downgraded. The risk was downgraded, although in the European Union it is still considered to be a high-risk product. Why was it downgraded? When it was retested, when the product was retested, it was actually tampered with, is that the correct word? But basically that which was tested is not what you actually buy, that's not what you use, because a certain very, very important ingredient, as it were, of the mineral wool, which is a binding agent which holds everything together, was actually removed from the product when it was tested. So that which you buy when you go to your B&Q or Brico or Wix or whatever, and you take it home and you lay it in your loft, or if you're in the trade, that which you are being supplied with, that's not the product that was tested. We need a retesting of this product, and I would say that the European Chemicals Agency would be obviously the competent authority here, and certainly I would call upon the European Chemicals Agency to at the earliest possible opportunity, to retest this product.
Thank you. Well, the European Parliament is winding down its legislative agenda as they prepare for the elections in May. So this is perhaps an issue, if we're going to look at legislation, which we'll have to wait for the next term to consider. But in the meanwhile, as Mr. Cartwright has suggested, maybe it is time to revisit the quality and safety standards and take another look at just what the risks are in manufacturing and working with this product. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you too.